we're going to see how Tribe go in with their fourth attack. We've seen 6 attacks so far in total. Both teams really not letting go of anything here, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to watch. But let's find out to see what Kronos can do for Tribe.
Yeah, Tomp and I hoping to see a defense, and really all they'd need is a 98% 2-star defense to try and get them back in this one. But I don't know if Kronos would be the one to wind up slipping up here, particularly coming in again with Queen Charge. Drag Riders, I saw it in the chat, they call them Drag Rider Gaming at this point because we do see this quite a bit from Tribe Gaming. They found their niche, they found their like pocket item, and this is what they have been doing so well with. Now the Queen already set and on her path, we can see the funneling that's been created. Now the only issue here possibly would be the Tesla farm, but she's right in course and she should pick up the storage easily and work her way into the Wizard Tower and Expo next rather than pulling to the side. So enough to keep her in line and on track, and even using one of these Dragon Riders to help pick off that multi-targeting Inferno, which is going to protect the healers once it goes down. That ensures that they don't get picked off here.
The defensive Queen's been taken down and now just focusing on that Town Hall to try and create as much of an impact as possible. Does manage to clean Van up, and so will the air defense. The King Yak has come to play in that 9 o'clock position to deal with any of the other strikers. Will go straight for that air defense to start things off. But so far, no, the RC has managed to rejoin the rest of the pack as well, taking out some more of the defense on that left-hand side, looking to take out the rest of those Teslas, with the Eagle Artillery just primarily focused on that King in terms of range. But still, though, really looking pretty damn good with the Loons, the Minions, and there's Dragon Riders coming from that south side, looking to push on up. The RCs just continue to take out all this defense, looking to try and go for that scatter shot momentarily, as we're going to see how this push to come to fruition, because still got a minute left, so still got a fair amount to take out here.
Now the reason we bring this Royal Champion so often is when we have some heroes that are lying inside the base, so it's treated similar to using Hogs or using a hybrid where you need to help take down the heroes quickly. Obviously with a hybrid, with the miners, they can take it down, but with these Drag Riders who only target defenses, you need something a little bit more powerful to do that, and that's the key to bringing in your Royal Champ here. Now the Queen's really cleaned up the center of the space, even breaking through the walls quickly to meet up for the back end. And I mean, we still have Drag Riders on the board. We don't have any abilities left over, and that's something that you have to be a little bit fearful of, particularly coming in against a scatter. But there is so much working together right now, and we'll likely see the Royal Champ actually taking on some of the heat of the scatter shot to allow, I was going to say, what Drag Riders left over remain, but that's not going to be the case. So the Warden and Electro Owl have to help pick this off, which they do. Kronos is not gonna have enough time though to get this done, and my goodness.
And if they do not 3-star in this attack, I actually feel it might be game over already after attack number 2, because I could not see alternate attacks then giving away 2 stars.
Yeah, they normally manage to attack through every single time anyway. The only time they do get let down is maybe by a time fail, but that's pretty much about it. It's Carlito's now gonna go up against Yoyo from alternate attacks. And like you rightly said though, they need to try and get every single star possible, as they will be pushing in towards that northeast side. One of the balloons are coming in as well, just to push on up to not let the healers take too much damage as well. Now going to push on towards that Town Hall. You can see the Expo and the Sweeper there just trying to push them back, but it's just not going to happen. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Good start over the Queen as well, to take out the additional defenses for Carlito. So not looking too bad so far. Diego Artillery now just going to prioritize the fire on that north side as well. But so far, so good with the bulk attack coming into play with those Dragon Riders soon.
Yeah, I think it's just waiting for the Arch Queen here to take down the Wizard Tower, and then that will hopefully send the Wall Breaker in a bit of a better direction, but I still think it would go towards the Wizard Tower and the Builder Hut at the top, so he doesn't really have a way of getting the Queen into the central area with the multi-target Inferno there, which I believe is what he's trying to do. Now, the Dragon Riders are being deployed from the north of the base, but the Archer Queen has actually gone down, Lethal, and that is crucial with this attack. Now trying to adapt and send in a Stone Slammer, but this is not what was needed for Ipalito.
Oh, no, not at all. He's going to have to try and improvise the best he can. That Stone Slammer is coming in from that 10 o'clock side, with the rest of the composition now just pushing towards that Eagle Artillery though. But is it going to be enough as it's going to be very, very difficult, at least the healers to be able to rejoin with the rest of the pack, but it's not going to make too much of a difference, especially with the units in hand. And now he's got to still deal with 2 Inferno Towers. He's got to deal with the Scatter Shot as well. The Stone Slam has been taken down. And look at the air defense as well down the south. He's still got a fair amount to take out. Even if he does this, he has a minute left remaining as the minions just take out some of the structures on that north and east side as well, if he does make it through. But the Warden is still alive, but not for much longer though, as you can see now the RC just trying to take out as much of the defenses as possible before the rest of the troops do come in with the rest of the pack.
Ipalito has done incredible here, saving onto the Royal Champion and the spells. The RC actually takes the defenses, but she's not really going to be able to clean up. I don't think, you know, he could still get this because he's got an invisibility. He just needs to try and make sure that the Royal Champion turns invisible perfectly as she gets over to the Archer Queen, but might not even need to take out that queen. Can the Royal Champion get the gold storage? It all depends on how much health these buildings have, but I still don't think it's enough.
Oh, no, I don't think so as well. He's going to push in anyway, but he's still got an army camp as well on that right side. Just not going to happen. That is such a shame.
What kind of defense styles some of these teams are coming through, so when they do have to match them up again or go up against similar bases, they're able to find those ways through and really work their way up this ladder, because we still have many more plays days for Penta to try and find their place up there. But Michael to come through now, and he really wants to secure this at this point. A 3-star here, of course, I mean, in any direction, safe 2 stars for the rest of the go for them is going to give them what they need.
Yeah, Michael, I've lost count at how many 3 stars I've seen him do with the Queen Charge Lava Loon. I'm so sure you're exactly the same. He is so good with this. And I do want to highlight the 2 headhunters that were used alongside that RC for the enemy Queen. I thought that was beautiful, in fact. Really helps the Queen to stay on track here through the Town Hall area. And he's pretty much just wanting to push the Lalo straight through once the Queen gets a little bit further. He has 2 wall breakers, so she's going to be taking a bit of damage, but it seems to be all splash in the center of the base, and I think that's what he's counting on, is the Queen being able to just survive through that.
Yeah, he's not yet dropped a wall break for the King. I'm curious if he's just going to ride him along the outside edge. Obviously, the Queen has access to pick off the air defense here, though she has not yet, and we'll still have, well, we have already used the Royal Champion to shape up the pathing here. So yes, we actually used one of those wall breaks to open up the multi-chamber for the King, but the Queen's a little bit veering off, and he's got to start his Lalo, making that push towards the air defense, but this will cut it through the center of the base.
Yeah, I must admit, I thought he was going to break the King into that southern compartment as well, because that would have meant the second wall breaker could have actually broke the Queen into the center and to the multi-target Inferno over there behind the clan castle, because from where she's standing right now, she actually can't. So he has to freeze that alongside the Eagle. He does have a lot of balloons moving through, though, with the Grand Warden ability still intact. Probably going to use that any moment. Red air bombs go off. They did catch a lot of balloons there, but I don't think too many went down. So he's still got a lot of them. And although the healers go down at the back end, Queen gets the multi-target Inferno. And even if things were going south, Michael makes sure to get it done with Lava Loon every single time, it seems. How does he have so many balloons left over? Wow.
We're going to have to find out the secret trick from Michael, especially a little bit, pathing just a little bit different than we would have expected. A little bit wonky, especially with the Queen working through, but, you know, she was able to cut through that back and get to the multi, which really does help these loons, even if you have some of those minor slip-ups, which is often what we're seeing from these teams, just high percentages for the majority of their 2 stars, because they really know how to re-navigate when things do go wrong. But Hocus Pocus is going to try and carry this lead along by bringing in what I'm going to say the Yeti Blimp to get in this multi-compartment, get that clan castle lure, and start off the funnel here for the hero dive.
Yeah, I feel like whenever you can clear a compartment, get the clan castle, and with that take a multi and an expo, that's pretty good value. He did get a little bit unfortunate not to get that battle builder. Hut, I know the Yeti might kind of split in 2 different directions, which ultimately didn't help since it's now back at full health. But I don't think he planned for too much more than that. Clan Castle lured to the side, like you said. Now the queen can just deal with that. And really, it is a case of using the queen charges effectively. We mentioned in that last attack how they are kind of becoming the meta. But in this one, he's just using the Ice Golem and the king to tank a little bit for the queen. So the adaptation using the hero dive and trying to still get the Archer Queen pretty deep into the base here.
Yeah, he needs to take down this town hall. So this is a very powerful push coming in. I mean, very aggressive considering you only have that one ice golem, but to have the king tanking, taking that jump, leading the forge across, and dropping in that royal champ to ensure that the queen makes a path in, because the king can't take that on single-handedly. The queen getting slightly distracted here. She'll still have her ability to try and force her way through, and he can always drop a freeze if needed to get her out of any tough situations. But the invisibility spell, the weapon of choice here to keep it alive and ensure that he gets everything needed, including that air defense.
Like you said, it was a little bit risky. It totally was. Diving the queen in with no other protection, but just having spells that are flexible. Having the invisibility, like you said, even has a couple of frees he could have used if it came down to it. But it paid off in terms of getting that town hall. And now he's just got to hope that the Lalo pushes through this bottom section. So the Eagle Artillery is down. He's already frozen the multi, but with the Tesla, the balloons are taking a bit of damage on that left-hand side. So it's just waiting on this Warden ability, because I think he's noticing the scatter shot there as well, and he has to be able to save some of the spells.
Yeah, that ability really helping out, and I like the position of the balloons, just kind of staying out of range of that air sweeper while they make their pass through. I think there was even a pup just kind of distracting it, but beautiful placement of the haste sweeps those loons in, so there's no risk of that splash damage. And even with the wizard tower here, everything converging together, nothing was going to stop Hocus Pocus from picking up this 3-star.
One of the cleanest attacks earlier on, but in the end things changed and didn't go his way. He was looking for that perfect wall, but it doesn't matter. But, you know, in terms of what he had, you know, the 2-star, was it 91, 92% percentile in the end? So, you know, not too bad. It could have been a lot worse considering what he had to do with that scanner shot earlier on. But, of course, with the attack he had to do right at the very beginning as well, he was delayed very heavily.
No, these sneaky goblins. This is completely baited, holding off the blimp. So the sneaky goblins, this is similar exactly to what we saw against Vala, and Lion is the same person that defended with this base. I mean, we're talking about 1-star. Now, this can be recovered because we're coming in from the start, but we have Burger Rangers falling for a bait again to try and protect the town hall. And that's a bit unfortunate because now he has to find this other way to work about it. The queen's already down for the count, and it's a royal champion who needs to take this on. We don't even have a quake to actually pick up the town hall. We need to either quake it needs to take some damage. So the royal champ is trying to clear the path because at some point we're going to need to see the loons come in. This is going to possibly be a big defense here for Lion again, if he can keep them back to the 1-star. But he does have the king actually to try and get the king in there. With his ability, he will be strong enough to try and finish a job.
Oh, the RC as well, and as well as the healers. The RC has to stay alive long enough to create that path and take a lot of the defense out in the center, like you rightly said. And now the healer's gone as well, just making matters worse. I don't know how he's going to be able to improvise from this, as long, of course, whilst the king is pushing up to take out the left-hand side compound. He's going to be thinking to himself, well, what do I need to do to recover? What do I need to do to try and improvise here? And he's going to have to take quite a few risks going forward, as the king, as you rightly said, going to try and go for that town hall, just trying to stay for as long as he can. He will be able to take it. Better late than never, but could it be too late here? It's now the loons all pushing straight towards the middle to try and keep this at bay, trying to take up these 2 Inferno towers here, and now looking to push on up even further, as some of the spells here and they're just going to try and speed things up a little bit to try and get into the bulk of the attack as long as possible. But so many loons have dropped here, and look at all this. It's just going from bad to worse so far. Don't even take out that Eagle Artillery, and oh my, got barely anything left. This is such a shame for Burger Rangers.
Oh, you got to give it to Lion, though. This base building superb, holding off Vala, and now holding back Lon from any chance of a 3-star to try and get back in this game. But at very least, Lon was able to recover that, particularly because he came in from the start from it. So it was a lot less risky than Vala's attack, getting that push in with the Town Hall in the back end. But you can see how devastating some of these baited areas can be to make it so that he had to invest all of his heroes into that. I mean,